Pull up a GeoGuessr and do
Over the last 4 years, the Tigers have amassed a record of 60 wins, 8 ties, and 10 losses, a winning percentage of 82%. Trinity has also chalked up an NCAA record of 35-1 while winning numerous conference regular season and tournament championships. In their 3 NCAA tournament appearances, the Tigers have advanced as far as the round of 16, losing to the eventual D3 national champions. Let's honor the Tiger seniors individually, along with their family members. First, number 27, Michaela Bosco, Weatherford, Texas. Michaela is accompanied by her dad, Chris Bosco, and mom, Carrie Bosco. She played in 74 games, started 54 of them, scored 35 goals and 32 assists. Coach's comments. There are some conference defenders who will cheer when Bosco graduates. We all know why. We have all been in awe of her speed and technical ability, but I have been most impressed in her commitment to getting better. What many people don't see is how much work Michaela does day to day every year. I'm most proud of the work Bosco has put in. It is what has made her special. Michaela Bosco. Next, number 18, Taylor Campbell of Edinburgh, Texas. Taylor is accompanied by dad, Mario Campbell, and mom, Veronica Campbell. She's played in 68 games, started 47, scored 6 goals and 7 assists. Coach's comments. Hard to believe we have seen Taylor run around and dominate the Paul for almost 8 years now. As a young recruit, we knew Taylor could have a successful career at Trinity, and no doubt she has. Taylor has been a team player who has found different ways and positions to do what is best for the team. Taylor has made our program better. We are forever grateful. Taylor Campbell. Next, Lauren Lewis of Carrollton, Texas. Lauren is accompanied by dad, Dwight Lewis, and sister, Ronji Jackson. Lauren has played in 57 games, started 53. She's recorded 94 saves, has a goal against average of .47 and 24 shutouts to her credit. Coach's comments. Lauren has been our vocal leader for a few years now. Shutouts have been a common theme throughout her fine time between the posts. Yes, Lauren makes the big save when needed, but it is the confidence she gives her defenders to be who they are that really makes the difference. Her leadership from the back makes the best of attacks look disorganized, and she commands our team to be an absolute unit. We trust Lauren as she has made us a defensive power. Lauren Lewis. Next, number 20, Maya Ozimi of Dallas, Texas. She's accompanied by her mom, Kelly Ozimi, and she would also like to honor her dad, Derek Ozimi, who passed away last year. Her dad was who inspired her to play soccer, was her biggest supporter during her career. He helped shape her into the player and person she is today, and is forever grateful for his influence, and knows he wishes he could be with her tonight. Maya has played in 56 games, scored 2 goals, 14 assists, 14 goals, let me start over. She's played in 56 games, started 2. She has scored 14 goals and has 7 assists. Coach's comments. What do you do with an extremely creative and talented soccer player? You sit back and watch with a smile on your face. I've caught myself grinning from ear to ear watching the little flicks, the amazing first touches, and the bangers Maya has hit during her career. I can honestly say I've enjoyed watching Maya play as much as the first time I watched her smash 3 defenders while scoring an impressive header. Maya has done it while being one of the very best teammates I've had the privilege to be around. I know her teammates appreciate her greatly. Maya Ozimi. And number 4, Abby Schneider of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Abby is accompanied by her dad, David Schneider, and mom, Christy Schneider. Abby has played in 70 games, started 25 of them, has scored 15 goals and 6 assists. Coach's comments. From flared leg ball bottoms to game-winning goals, where is the time gone? I can tell you Abby has spent the time being the very best version of herself. Abby puts in the work while being a compassionate teammate who takes the time to get to know every member of the team. What might get lost in her calm demeanor is her competitive nature. Abby is as tenacious of a tiger as this team gets to see. We are lucky Abby has given us the memorable experience. Thank you, Abby. Abby Schneider. One more time for the Tiger seniors: Michaela Bosco, Taylor Campbell, Lauren Lewis, Maya Ozimi, Abby Schneider. Tigers always!
Welcome back. We are here for some SCAC women's soccer. Trinity Tigers against the Ozark Eagles. It's potentially clinched, eh? Tigers win would clinch them the regular season title. There's also some other games. We're going to keep an eye on a couple of other games for you. McMurray have just taken the lead against Texas Lutheran. That is massive. Absolutely massive moment there, because that would move them into a three-way tie for third. Basically, three teams can clinch the fourth spot in the playoffs. It's Concordia, Texas Lutheran, or McMurray. Three doesn't go into two, though. So, got to figure that one out. So, McMurray have the lead over TLU. That's going to put TLU in some hot water, because they now will not clinch if that stays the same. Texas Lutheran, if they can beat Concordia, they would clinch. So, sorry, TLU is playing McMurray. If they win, they would clinch. Otherwise, McMurray keeps it alive. Concordia right now is playing Southwestern. If Concordia wins, they would clinch. Southwestern's already clinched. So Trinity have clinched, Southwestern have clinched. Trinity can clinch the regular season title with a win, because even if they lose on Sunday, the best Southwestern can do is equal their record. So that's where that's at. So we'll try and keep you up to date with what's happening there. I'll run you through the lineups. Trinity we'll start with. They've made one change. It is... Give me a second as I pull everything up. Trinity have made one change. It's Taylor Campbell coming in for Sailor Havens. Otherwise, it's exactly the same team we've seen most of the season. Lewis, Cesar, Schneider, Hartnett, Werner, Harris, Williard, Richards. Campbell, the one change. Bargansky and Bosco for the Ozarks. It is Melanie Glossop in goal. Dakota McKee, Beth Markovich, Haley Wheeler, Taliana Schmidt, Angelina Lotz, Lily Hill, Jaden Vasquez, Carly Garcia, Genevieve Miller, and Kate Webb are your starters tonight. So Tigers getting ready to win here. Remember, the Tigers win, they clinch the regular season title. They will clinch the #1 seed as well with a win. For the Ozarks, they made the transition to SCAC this season. They have not won a game, so looking for their first ever SCAC win. It's going to be the Ozarks in the white. They're going to be going from left to right on your screen for the first half. Trinity in the maroon going from right to left. I'm Chris Hockman. With me is Scott Lebo. And Scott, big day. It's that time of year where we start really thinking about what's happening in other games. So we'll try and keep you up to date. But yeah, Scott, what are you hoping to see tonight?
Yeah, it was fun to start thinking about those type of things during the men's game, and I'm sure it's going to be fun to think about that stuff tonight during this women's game as well. A lot is left at stake for a lot of different teams still in the SCAC, and for Trinity, it's the last year in the SCAC. You want to come out on top. It'd be great to finish as regular season champions. Great to get that #1 seed and set yourself up for going ahead, taking that SCAC championship to go.
Yeah, Trinity undefeated. Perfect record in SCAC play. The men are also undefeated, but it's not a perfect record because they have a draw. What a start! Not even a minute in. It is 43 seconds. And the Tigers have the opener. And who else would it be? Abby Schneider puts it away. We've seen her score a lot of goals like this season. Yep. They come in, she gets it on the half volley, puts it across. 43 seconds in.
No, it's that same combo we've seen a number of times, especially early in games. I think recently they've been trying to get to Bosco pretty quickly, let her use her speed early, get a cross in, and Schneider's been the one to finish a lot of those Bosco crosses.
So 6th goal of the season for Abby Schneider, 16th of her career. Of course, senior weekend here, 2 seniors combining. It's going to be a big hole to fill for next year, but That's a thing to worry about later. Let's talk about the good times while they're happening. Who was it? It was someone at the Olympics said, please stop asking us about what's next after we win a gold medal. Let us enjoy it. So we're going to take that attitude. Oh, it was Simone Biles. Simone Biles said that. So 14th assist on the season for Michaela Bosco. Phenomenal stuff. 33rd of her career. Closing that gap between goals and assists in her career. Michaela Bosco started tonight 8th in the country in individual assists in Division 3. So she may have just taken that up another notch. She's 5th in individual assists per game at .87. That number's going to go up, so her ranking will presumably go up as well. They're 2nd in shutout percentage as a team, so they'll be looking to keep that going, .867. So that means as things stand, the Trinity Tigers are regular season champions.
It's a good place to be.
It's where you want to be. It's better than the alternative. So McMurray are up on TLU. That will flip their position. So that puts McMurray in and TLU out as things stand. So that flips it. It actually lifts McMurray up to the number 3 seed. So he started tonight 5th. Tigers looking down the right. It's going to be a throw. So just to give you, so Tigers of course 8-0. Through, clinched, win today, clinches the regular season title. Southwestern 7-1. They are through 2nd place at the moment. A win clinches them 2nd. Concordia 6-1-1. They are currently 3rd coming into the night. Texas Lutheran 6-2. They are 4th. That's the last playoff spot. McMurray 5-1-2 coming into tonight. They're the only other team that can make it, and they currently win. Currently have the lead, and that will lift them up to the number 3 seed. So big moment for McMurray there. I mean, they came out. They know McMurray knew the equation. So just looking at that game, McMurray knew they had to win to stay alive, really, because if Texas Lutheran wins, it's over. So they came out to play. They got an early goal. Not as early as Trinity, though. 43 seconds. Which I don't think is the quickest goal in Tigers history. Pretty sure there's been quicker, but a very quick goal from Abby Schneider.
It's a way to start a game.
It's a heck of a way to start a game. Just any nerves you have. I know sometimes at senior night can lead. It's not
Bosco, so fast. Good shielding there.
Oh, this
Still
could be
alive.
another opportunity. Oh,
It
it's
is
a beautiful shot. Well placed from Abby Schneider. Puts it away. It's 2-0. It's a brace for Abby Schneider. When you first see it from the angle that we're at, you think, oh, there's maybe not enough on that. But what it actually was perfectly placed. The ball came out perfectly for her.
Really well done.
Keeper's running the other way. It's a well-placed strike.
Good to use the keeper's momentum against her as well.
And I think that assist is going to go to Bree Werner, her 6th assist of the season and of her career. Abby Schneider, update her stats. I got to remember it's 2 now when I look at my stats. 7th goal of the season for her, which has equaled her output from last season. So now 7 goals on the season, 17 in her career. So 14 of 17 goals in 2 seasons.
So the Ozarks have made a formation change early in this game. They've dropped to a 5-back. I think realizing pretty early on here how dangerous Trinity are going for it and just want to minimize that damage. It's a really defensive move, but sometimes is what you're going to go with, and they've gone to a 5-back. Can hear them shouting out new positions to players from the sideline.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, you want a manager that's going to make those changes that need to be made. So, look, if they can keep it to 2, I think they'd be like, okay, look, we adjusted and we made the right adjustments, so now we know. That said, 2-0 down.
Yeah, you're not going to win going to a 5-back.
Maybe going 5-back isn't the most attacking move, but look, I think you'd take something from it if you can keep him out. But now, like, what do you do if you concede again?
Yep.
You concede another 2 quick goals, you go to 6? I don't think they're going to go to 6. Big instruction to no turn. Didn't let it turn, but did let it get the pass away. Beautiful through ball.
Oh.
Good opportunity again. Bosco on the right.
She's having a day so far.
Crossed in. Clearance not there. That's good goalkeeping. There's an earlier scenario in the men's game where I thought should have done that, where the keeper didn't come to get a ball that had stopped in the middle of the box and let his players clear it. Not this time. Maybe a bit smarter on the women's side. Nellie Dreyer, head coach for the Ozarks. She's the only head coach that has sent the Ozarks to postseason play in club in school history. Came from Central Methodist, which is where she graduated from. She was a forward. I feel like you don't see a ton of forwards coaching.
No, I think you're right. Not very many. I think oftentimes when you're a midfielder, a defender, even a goalkeeper, you're behind the play. You see it a little bit differently. I think forwards tend to have to focus on their own play a little bit more.
Schneider in acres of space, but the shot goes wide.
There are 3 different players for Trinity there that I think could have queued up to hit that one.
Yeah, which is what you want for Trinity. You want players coming forward. If you're Dylan Harrison, that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I mean, big opportunity. The 5-back just doesn't seem to be slowing him down at all. Yeah, you don't see many. Of course, Pep Guardiola played as a defender. Offside, came back from an offside position. Did Abby Schneider? Can't be offside off a goal kick, but can be immediately afterwards. Instruction from the bench was, let's look to possess. That's exactly what they need.
Yep.
It's hard to grow into the game if you're constantly defending. You've talked about it a lot. It's tiring and exhausting. So
Yeah, it's tiring and exhausting, and you're consistently doing it over and over again. It's hard to start creating patterns. It's hard to know where and when to attack. That was really risky. Well done in the end, but
and it's almost like on top of the 5-back, they've gone to a sweeper
yeah.
as well, which you don't see much in 2024. I don't mind a bit of a sweeper, honestly. I think it's a
I like it.
underused spot, especially if you're playing a defensive style. I think a sweeper's a good move. Just gives you that little bit of extra protection.
I like to play a sweeper role, so don't mind it.
Yeah, I can see as a defender that you'd enjoy. Gives you just a bit more time.
Yeah, I'm not the type of defender that likes to get stuck in. I like to, talk to my teammates and mark people and make it really hard for them to break us down. And then a midfielder can come back and win it. But going to be organized and very hardworking if I'm the defender.
Ball over the top. Keeper claims well, though.
It's an interesting ball, a dangerous one as well. Put the goalkeeper under pressure. She has to catch it. If she spills there, surely Trinity are going to score.
Yeah, I think ball over the top's not a bad move with 5 at the back.
Yeah.
You got to do something to unlock it because you're probably not going to have the space that you'd really want on the grounds. Although it's been working so far for Trinity. 5 back, but look, it's already switched back to a 4, which is not what the coach wants. Coaching staff has called for a 5 at the back, but that was just 4 at the back. So there's just not holding that shape that they want to hold.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing that's come out of this switch to a 5-back is I think Michaela Bosco is being man-marked on that far side. She had a big part in the first goal, obviously, with the assist, but in the second goal as well. She's the one that brought it up the field before it fell to Schneider for her second. And I think they're realizing pretty early on that Bosco's a threat, and she's on the ball again. Almost won a corner.
A good recovery, which I guess is the advantage of the 5-back. It's old school stuff. We got a sweeper. We got somebody being marked, player to player. Oh, beautiful work there on the side.
Oh, Bosco's skinned her defender there.
Does it again just for fun. Chance to cut it back. Didn't quite come out that time. Ozarks still on it. So that weather we were worried about is completely gone, which will please everybody that's on the field. Although you enjoy playing in the rain, so
I
maybe.
enjoy playing in the rain, but
But
I
not
didn't want,
over,
I didn't
like,
want
a
a lightning
nice-
delay. So
Not over like a nice day though. Like it's a nice night now. It's a nice. You prefer the rain to a nice day?
it depends. It depends. It's honestly like I think some of my favorite games as a player came in some not great weather, cold and rainy.
I should remind everybody that Scott's from Colorado, so
Yeah.
bad weather.
From Colorado and a defender, so the cold weather it gives like a, I don't know, it just has this like, for me, playoffs would always be November. We play August to November. Playoffs are November. It starts getting really cold. I have very good like sentimental emotions with the cold.
Schneider cuts inside, has a go, wants a hat trick. Oof. High and wide though. That's just but like I would rather just play in this. It's a nice night. Not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
It's the Goldilocks zone of temperature right now.
I would honestly, if we're talking about nice nights, I think it would need to be colder for me to.
Well, yeah,
because
because you're from Colorado. I've only
way
lived
less humid.
I've only lived in hot and humid places. Like I lived in Florida, I've lived in Australia, I've lived here, and so like, this is cold. Like I got jeans on tonight. It's I was ready. It dropped below 75, and I was like, oh, we've got to crack him out. I've been wearing my Tampa Bay Lightning jersey around the house. It's been nice.
I was a hockey player for Halloween last night.
Ah.
Not Tampa Bay though. I don't like Tampa Bay.
I didn't Colorado beat Tampa Bay to win a Stanley Cup though? So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't cheer for the Colorado teams though. I've copied my dad in all the teams I cheer for, and he's not originally from Colorado.
I have not copied my father because I don't like the misery of being a Luton Town fan. I say as Luton Town has played in the Premier League more recently than my team, but
Soccer's the one sport I don't
you broke.
copy my dad, and that's just because I think I got into it more than he did before he really got into it. And I think he was, when I was little, he was a Liverpool fan, but I didn't know he was a Liverpool fan until I'd already chosen Chelsea. So
You got to stick with your team.
yeah. And I got put on a little league team called Chelsea. That's why Chelsea's my team. So
I have a friend who comes from Leeds, New Hampshire, so he's a Leeds United fan.
that's a good reason. Good chance.
Oh, beautiful cutback. That's about as close as you could get without hitting the post. Good save in the end. She needed to save it because you never
Yep.
know.
Schneider was in for the hat trick there.
Close enough. With the way that was curving, you know what? I can absolutely see
Yeah.
why you go down and save that.
It's an important save.
Yeah.
At the very least, it could have bounced back, and Bosco was in a position to put away a rebound.
This is going to fall favorably. Shot comes. Gets through one. Keeper saves, though.
We saw Barganski score a couple of volleys a few weeks ago. Similar position,
Yep.
but on her right foot. That one was on her left. A little bit more difficult on your weaker foot. It's already a really difficult skill.
It was pretty impressive to get, something even
Yeah.
remotely on target with your weaker foot
On a volley.
on a volley, which is already, as you said, that's already a big skill. Tigers now working up the rights. That's just going to be too long. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Substitution for the Ozarks. We're going to see Alyssa Rivers coming in. It's an attacking player. First year forward out of Corpus Christi, just down 37 from where we're sitting. The interchange is actually just around the corner from us. So, won 4 district titles in Corpus. Honestly, that feels like a fun place to be playing soccer right on the beach.
Not for me.
Not for you?
I've played beach soccer before. I went to 2 beach soccer tournaments. Kind of hurt your foot.
Yeah, it is a challenging thing. But you're on the beach at least, so there's that.
I'm not a big fan of the beach.
That's-
I'm not gonna lie. I much prefer the mountains.
This man's a billboard for Colorado.
Yeah. I just don't like sand.
I don't know. I feel like sand's just warm snow, though.
I don't like it's. I don't want to do this joke that some people would get if I start talking about how much I hate sand from a movie. Somebody talks about how much they hate sand.
Oh, chance here for the Tigers. Stays alive.
Schneider?
Flicked on by Schneider, looking for the hat trick. It's going to go wide and be a goal kick. Well, you know, I've never been to Colorado. I say that. I've been to Denver Airport a lot, but I've never been to Colorado.
Should visit. It's a great place to be.
It's on my list.
Especially if you
Everywhere's
go
on my
in
list.
the winter and go ski, snowboard.
I had hip surgery last year, so I don't know if skiing and snowboarding is on my agenda. Something is going on the Trinity bench. I don't know what, but there's a lot of noise as the Tigers gather it in.
We just picked up the level of cheering. I'm not sure that anything was going on as much as maybe somebody turned and said, "Hey, get loud, get loud," and they did.
I've been reading Abby Wambach's biography, and she talked about in the World Cup final, her last World Cup final, she was on the bench, and she basically appointed herself the noisemaker to the point where Sydney Leroux came up and said, "Hey, enough," which I thought was a really funny story. Really good book, actually. It's called Ford. Looks really well at her life in general, not just soccer. Talks about a lot of things. Really cool. Good read. If you're a soccer fan, especially if you're a fan of U.S. soccer, I think it's a really great read.
I've read my fair few little books like that, autobiographies or biographies on soccer players.
It was actually, it's funny. It was a present from San Antonio, all the other soccer journalists in San Antonio when I had my surgery.
Oh.
So I just got around to reading it. But it's, really nice book. Wambach played in a really interesting time for soccer in America. She went through, I think, 4 women's pro leagues. So it's a really fascinating look at that era.
Oh, what a ball.
I think it's just going to be dealt with by the Ozarks. Maybe took a touch too many there. It's going to be a corner.
Yeah. No, I think Bosco's speed made her make a decision there.
Make that call. I think she should have maybe attacked it a little more defensively for me. Talks about college soccer too, so you know. Starting a program because she was at Florida. It's going to be gathered
Keep it in.
by Barganski. We're having a good run in the team now, Barganski. Well left by the keeper. Goes out, comes off the wheel, so that's out of play. Have you ever played soccer with those goalposts that, like, it's a football field and a soccer field?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Yeah. You ever have someone get that call wrong on the goalpost where it hits the football post?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I definitely remember having those situations of it being called the correct way.
Yeah.
I also remember being confused sometimes, not knowing which it hit and just having to trust whatever everybody else told me.
Yeah, if you're wondering, if it comes off the football post, it's out. It's the call. It only matters if it comes off the soccer goal. So, thankfully, where I live, we have those fields, but we never played serious games on them. It was only ever friendlies. So I never had to worry about it.
Never played, I don't think, club soccer on a field that had uprights, but definitely some high school games. Some high schools share the football
they have
field
one
and
field.
soccer field are the same, and then the goal has to have the uprights. So
Yeah, luckily here, all the San Antonio districts, they all use the wheel in goals, and so they play where you, even on those shared fields, which most teams aren't playing on.
well, we also got to remember, I went to a really small school
That's true.
who played against other really small schools who could only have one field.
Yeah. Well, even the schools that only have one field, typically that's great work from the goalkeeper. Oh, offside anyway. Cesar has a go. It goes wide. But yeah, in San Antonio, they mostly wheel the goals out, and so they play soccer to the end zone, which means you're not really getting close enough to the uprights for that to be a problem.
Shift towards T.
You know, I actually have played on a turf field. One of the local schools that were in my league the last 2 years, they moved down a conference. They weren't in our league originally, ended up in our league. They had a blue football
All
field.
players down.
That's where we would play, like Boise State.
Oh, like Boise State. You know, Rangers toyed with a blue pitch because their biggest rivals, of course, Celtic, wear green, and they thought it was an affront that they had to play on green grass, and so they were trying to develop a bluegrass, like a grass that actually looked blue. We're going to try and see what happened here to the player. I think just clattered into the...
Oh, I think she falls weird, maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Anyway, I think she's back up and not getting treatment, so...
That's good. She's an important player, Malia Cesar.
Malia Cesar, international for the Philippines, went to the World Cup last year in Australia, although I think the Philippines were in a New Zealand group. Free kick for the Tigers. Oh yeah, played in the World Cup. First World Cup that the Filipinas had made under head coach Alan Stajic, who's now with the Western Sydney Wanderers in the men's A-League. Women's A-League starts this week. Opportunity here for the Tigers again. Crossed in, looking far post. Good header. Contest comes from Barganski. Both players kind of lost track of where the ball was. Goes out for a throw. Another player down. This is the third player tonight. The referee hasn't asked for the clock to stop. It's on the referee. We'll see what happens here. Could she just get... Maybe... Oh, she got... No, she fell on her.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough one when you're a defender. It happens a lot. If you're running with an attacking player, you want to clear the ball. Obviously, they're right on you. You know, you have to go and try and kick this ball, but their momentum is going to come into you if you stop to play that ball, and you know that you're going to take a hit there. And in most cases, it's not going to be called a foul, like it wasn't there, and you just got to take one for the team sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, look, in these situations when somebody slides in and then you fall on them, it's not a foul. Cleared away, but only as far as Werner. Werner back
Good
on
footwork.
it. Goes out wide for Baganski. She's got support. She's got options. I think she's going to take it. Goes to Williard. That's going to be a foul. Yep. She just stuck her leg in too long there. I think partly because it got caught on the ball, and then the ball went away, but she was still kind of stuck stretching out like that. That happens. Yeah, she thought the ball was still there is what it looked like. She didn't realize the ball had gone away. But definitely a foul. About halfway through this first half. 2-0. Tigers over the Eagles, a goal 43 seconds in.
2 goals
setting the tone
in the first 5 minutes as well. It's been a while since we've had a goal now.
They shifted to that back 5. Maybe it's working.
It's true. Trinity haven't made a lot of subs either. Sometimes that can contribute to things, and you got new players in the game. We talked about it a little bit in the men's game late in that one.
Goes over. It's Bosco. Bosco plays it in. Went far post looking for Baganski. It's going to go out for a throw. Instruction from Dylan Harrison is that she was in too early. It did go behind her, so that is what would happen if you came in too early.
On the Ozark bench, you know, there's a lot of calls trying to organize their team. Sometimes it's really hard to play a formation that you haven't had practice in. Players don't really know where they're supposed to be. It's hard to be organized tactically and defensively. Organization is the biggest key.
Oh, that's a good little passage there from Talina Schmidt.
How do you think it happened?
Player down again.
And they want a free
They want a
kick
foul
again.
for it.
I think there's a ball is won first.
We'll have a look here.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, honestly. Whole ball, it just kind of took her over.
No, Hartnett gets there first, gets a touch on the ball. She's won possession at that point. Ozark player just runs into her outstretched leg, which she's used to win the ball fairly.
Yeah. Talina Schmidt was the player that made the run forward. A dual athlete. She runs track for the Eagles. She made the conference final in the 800 and the 1500 last year, which was her first season on the soccer team as well. First season on the soccer team last year, and she came second in the team on goals and assists. So it made a pretty instant impact.
She was wearing a sleeve on her knee already before the game. I'm wondering if maybe it's a re-injury of that existing injury. The way she went down, the way the contact happened, it could be the case.
As we have a look here,
You see,
it's the same knee.
It's knee to knee on that brace.
So the Ozarks want to call for it being knee to knee, but if anything,
It would be a
it
foul
would be the other way.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
she's
Because
the one that
Hartnett's
initiates the contact.
Yep. And Hartnett's one possession at that point. Hartnett's the player with the ball, and contact is started by not Hartnett.
Yeah. So Schmidt's going to come off. It's good to see her walking off. Always pleasing. Trainer's there, so she'll get the support she needs. I'm sure they're going to grab some ice.
And she's pulled the sleeve down, which I think is not a great sign, but
No, look, she's walking off, and that's important.
That's important,
Always good to
yeah.
see players able to walk off on their own power. You never like to see the stretcher crack. I know we have one. Never like to see the stretcher cracked out. So the sub's going to come in. So Schmidt's going to come out, obviously. Kaylin Lashley comes in, making her collegiate debut. First-year midfielder from Denison, Texas, all-district and academic all-state in the college season. So, debut here for Kaylin Lashley. So, big discussion with the fourth official about what happens. The referee kind of holding up here. I'm not sure why we're not getting on with it. Fourth official can have the discussion. Doesn't matter for the center referee. They're having a chat. Play forward. Good recovery there from the Tigers. That was Darren Williard who kept it in. With Harris.
wow. Great
Beautiful
chest.
control from Schneider. Just quickly run into the other games. Texas Lutheran have equalized. And Concordia has the lead on Southwestern, so that would clinch Concordia, and it would clinch Trinity outright. They wouldn't even have to share it. Shot comes. Oh, it's spilled! Bree Werner was there. That's what you want. Your strikers need to be running on because that can happen.
Yeah, you want to, again, I said it in the men's game.
Immediately, you can see her immediately pick up speed when it hits her chest. She knows it could fall.
Yep.
And that's what she's there for. Worst case, you're just going to make a run.
Exactly.
Who cares?
Exactly. As an attacking player, you have to assume it's going to go your way every time. If you don't make that assumption, you're not going to be in the right place. So you have to make a lot of runs, put you in position. Sometimes it's a run for nothing, but in all honesty, no run is ever for nothing. You're moving players around. You're putting a goalkeeper under pressure. Even that one. Just
that
the
one
goalkeeper has to tense up a little bit. She knows for next time.
Yep. And then this run, drew defenders, but it actually worked the other way because drew defenders playing a player offside. It's one of those ones where you're looking across the line to receive the pass, so you should know you're offside.
Trinity preparing to make a
Bit of
line
a line
change.
change here. You see that common sub, Ellie Creek, getting ready to come on. This is about the time she'd usually come in, 20 minutes to go in the first half. Yeah. Yeah, just caught her. No intent.
Nope.
Just going for the ball and you just kind of leave your leg out. The ball goes away. It's unfortunate as a defender.
Yep, I think it's similar to the one you were talking about earlier. You know, the ball's gone. She doesn't necessarily know that yet.
So, ball swung in by Harris.
She's had some great balls this year. It's one of them.
Hit.
Ooh, what a
Keeper
save.
did very well. It's exactly what you want your keeper to do. Look, We see it a lot where keepers will half commit.
Yep.
Not that occasion. She's committed fully. She's come out and she's got herself in the way, which is really you're on the job. She's made herself big too.
Yep.
She stretches her arms out
It's a save at
to
point
take
blank
up as
range.
much space as she can because she knows she's not going to have time to react. So she has to be proactive. She makes
Yep.
that save.
It's great goalkeeping. And Bosco's in with a really good chance. It's confident goalkeeping too because that one hurts.
Yeah.
Bosco's going to put a lot of power on that one to try and make sure it gets past. That one stings.
That's why I had to wear long sleeves. It just, takes a little bit of the sting out. Also makes it easier to slide around.
Closest two! Closest two!
Although my keeper jerseys were usually pretty shredded by the end of the season. It's because of all the bending down to pick it up out of the back of the net that I'd have to do. Good ball in, but dealt with by the Ozarks. Maybe. Good work.
Wow.
Shouts for a penalty. I don't
Still
think anything's
alive.
going to be doing there. Again, Trinity grab it in the box. You just cannot be giving it away there. We saw that happen to the men.
Clearances need to come earlier.
Ozarks men gave away a ball in the box and conceded. This time the women get away with it, but you cannot be giving away the ball there. Abby to Malia Cesar. No, she leaves it. It's Campbell. Campbell plays it for Cesar. Definitely onside. Cesar cuts it back for Richards. Edge of the area. Has a go. Just out.
I don't know. From this angle, I kind of thought it was going to dip down at that back post.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So changes come. Creek is in. Sailor Havens is in. Aaron O'Donnell is in. Caleb Oven. It did dip. It just didn't dip enough.
On the
And
other
Kate
side,
Askew also comes in.
Askew, Werner, Richards, Cesar, and Campbell are the ones to make way. I don't know if I said Williard. Williard and Campbell, both outside backs. Very new midfield as well, as all three midfielders make way. Schneider on the hat trick. She's still in the game.
Yeah, I think she's going to be hard to get out.
Yeah,
She's on a hat trick.
on senior night.
Not the first time she's been on a hat trick this season. Oh, it's a nutmeg. Beautiful skills there from Hayley Wheeler. Free kick, we're going to stop the clock. This might be a yellow. Or it's just going to be a talking to. Just a talking to.
The Ozark bench is frustrated with that one, given the call earlier. And these are two very
see
different
again.
calls. This is a push from behind, I think. You
Yeah,
see
I
the
mean,
extended
blatant
arm,
push from behind.
extended arm in the back.
Wheeler seeking her 10th career goal. She had that nutmeg and she also had that push. Transfer from UA Pine Bluff. A few players have transferred in from University of Arkansas schools. Oh, put her defender on her ankles. Beats the same defender twice. Beats a third one. Vital header.
Schneider was waiting.
Needed that header. Really good work.
It's that combo
From
again.
Genevieve Miller it was with the header. Transferred in from Oklahoma Baptist this season, where she'd won a regular season title. Ball comes into Schneider. They're wise to that. That shot that she likes to do, where she gets it around her body. This shot goes wide.
It's a tough shot,
But
too.
she scored so many
Yeah.
goals with it. And so they're aware of it and they stop it. They
Yep.
put a player immediately on Schneider. Just player to player marking. So as things stand, Tigers win the regular season title outright. Southwestern a second. Concordia a third. And Texas Lutheran a fourth. So as you were is essentially the standings. As things stand. Could get one of those cool graphics that the Premier League does on like final day, you know, as it stands.
Yeah.
Little table in the corner. I'm just kidding. That's
The
way
hat
too much
trick.
work. Oh, it's a beautiful save. She's got a hand on that. Got a big hand. That is a big hand on that.
Big hand. Important hand as well. Keeping the game. It's still two. You said it. If they change to a
switched to the
five-back,
back
that's
five.
that's what you want to do. You want to
Look at
not
that.
allow any more, and they haven't.
Huge moment. Huge save. Look, I mean, it keeps them in the game. 2-0. Very different scoreline to 3-0. And given it was 2 goals in 5 minutes, it was looking bad. Keeper comes and goes. Again, good work with her hands. Been really impressed with her work with her hands. Melanie Glossop, senior goalkeeper. She's going to fall agonisingly short of 50 games in her career. She's going to finish with 48.
Coach making the call I was talking about earlier. You have to anticipate. You got to be always, as an attacking player, when that ball goes up, as a defender, you always have to be thinking, okay, if this goes wrong, I need to be dropping and covering for my teammate. But as an attacking player, you need to say, if this ball gets flicked in behind, I'm getting there first.
Abby Schneider wants to turn. Can't do so. There's that shot stat, 15-0. 6 are on target.
Ozarks have their whole back five in that box often. Not right now, but when Trinity get close, and it makes it hard to take shots.
Ball over the top. Tigers have to deal with it. Tartan it. She's going to get there. Plays it back to Lauren Lewis in goal. One of the best goalkeepers in the country is Lauren Lewis.
White ball, come on.
She is 4th in individual shutouts.
Chance to cross here.
Played in.
Schneider.
Schneider
Oh.
again. Offside. Yeah, I thought she was. She was a long way forward. She's quick, but she's not that quick.
Nope, and she's about to make way.
I think she's
for
going to
Maya
make way for
Ozimi. Well, I heard
Ozimi.
the sub. So.
Oh, well, there you go. You're definitely in the know. Ozimi, of course, senior night.
As it is for Schneider.
As it is for
Two of
Abby
them.
Schneider. But
Campbell and one of the Newland sisters coming in as well. Ilsa Newland still hurt, but Anna Newland available.
yeah, Ilsa Newland's been doing a lot of coaching work, which will be a useful experience for her going forward. Blocked. Going to go out for a corner, yes. Yeah, 4th official asked Dylan Harrison if he wanted to still do it on the corner. He called out, yeah, do it. So here they come. Ozimi, Khan, and Anna Newland are your players coming in. Myra Ozimi shouted out her father who passed away last year in pre-game. We hope you enjoyed being able to see that. Ball come in, nearly an Olympico. Keeper came though. That's going to be another corner for the Tigers. 9th of the night, I believe. Heck of a lot of work. The corners are taking a beating today. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Trinity 2, Ozarks 0. Hope you're enjoying us here on Tiger Network. Corner swung in.
Great ball.
Onto the penalty area was Ozimi lurking, got up. Headed forward, looking for Ozimi again.
Chaos.
Ozarks just cannot deal with it. Left it behind, but her teammates there to clear it away. Flicked forward by the Tigers. It's going to fall favourably again. Gathered in well. Beautiful work. Creek just couldn't find her target player. They're going to let it run out.
This Trinity team does a really good job of using defenders' momentum against them. And we've seen it a couple of times now tonight, but just now, right on this near sideline, defender coming across, stepping to try and win the ball, and you just slow it down and go exactly back where they're coming from. You've taken a defender out of the game now, and they're going to be frustrated because they just made a run to put pressure on you, and they've had absolutely no success. It's a brilliant play as an attacking player, and Trinity's been doing it a lot tonight and all season.
Free kick for something. Didn't quite see. I was watching the ball. I think something happened after it had been kicked away. Harris coming over. One of the few players that stayed on the field. Here's coming here. Makes sense. She's the SCAC Defensive Player of the Week. Goes over the top, was looking for Ozimi. Goes through to the keeper, who will claim. And look to continue in the final 10 minutes of this half. So it's half time between TLU and McMurray. That's 1-1, which is basically the result that matters. If it stays 1-1, then that would essentially keep everything the same. Concordia would clinch if everything stays the same. And then it would just be between TLU and McMurray for that final spot. If TLU wins, that's it. She's offside though, yeah. She came back from an offside position. Did Dakota McGee. It's blocked. Falls for Ozimi. Ozimi playing it forward for Khan. Khan beats the defender. She's going to need support in the box. It's starting to arrive now. It's a corner anyway. So that's corner number 9. Let's see. So right now, Trinity clinched the regular season title. Concordia would jump to second, actually. They're playing Southwestern right now. And then TLU, Southwestern would be third, TLU would be fourth. So it would be Trinity versus TLU.
What a... Ooh.
Just
almost.
beyond. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Really
so yeah,
good
right
look.
now those matchups, it'd be Trinity would play TLU, Concordia would play Southwestern. Which was how it was when we started, but Concordia switch and take the second seed. That doesn't really matter because we in SCAC play everybody in one stadium. It's not a you play at home or anything like that. So doesn't matter. They're all at Sabercat Stadium. Khan looking for options in the middle. There was a player calling. Chance on the run here for the Tigers. They get there. Their support has to cut it back. It's blocked. Wins the corner. Not a bad thing to settle for in that scenario, honestly.
Pressure mounting. A lot of set pieces. 10 corners in this first half. Trinity surely want to score from one of them.
Yeah, I mean, with 10 corners, you know, it's hard to be disappointed when you're 2-0 up, but you'd want to score from one when you've had this many opportunities. Corner swung in.
It's another great ball.
Again, Ozimi the target. Khan shaped to shoot, which allowed the defender time. Maybe a chance to counter here. Beautiful ball for the Eagles, but it's well gathered. That is great work from Bovens. Bovens looked to play it centrally, cleared away by Ozarks. Havens. Goes to Khan. Khan calls for options. Finds it in Ozimi, who's allowed to turn. Plays a good through ball. That's looking for Newland. She wants a corner, doesn't get it. It's going to be a goal kick for the Eagles. But yeah, Concordia stunning Southwestern right now. Which could be a preview of a SCAC semi-final. Throw in for Ozarks as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first half. Trinity 2, Ozarks 0. Chris Hockman and Scott Lebo with you for Tiger Network. Cleared away. Beats one, can't beat the second. Over the top from Hartnett. And it is a throw-in for the Ozarks is the end result here. thrown down the line. Tigers gather. Ozarks return it with some interest. Ozarks back on the ball. Almost passed it right to Ozimi. Oh, it's come off the back of a defender. Ozimi alert to it. Forces them to rush that clearance. It's going to run out for a throw. Would have liked to see the defender put in and try and get there. Even if you can't get it. Like, you could at least push it upfield a little bit more. Make Trinity take the throw from further away. Free kick against the Tigers. Eagles will relieve some pressure here.
Galen, shift to this side. Win the second ball off of Hallie. Kate, come up. Dakota, go higher. Go higher.
Cleared away. Good flicked on header. Was looking for Dakota McKee, but it goes out for a throw.
Up on her. Follow your runners.
Khan puts a bit of a switch on. Finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell forward looking for Creek. Pressure's there though. Stays with the Tigers. That's Askew. Askew forward for Ozimi. Ozimi did the smart thing. She looked up to make sure she was still onside before she got that pass. It's taken a block. It falls favorably for Ozimi. Flicked into the middle. Creek has a go. Keeper saves.
Another thing, you mentioned Ozimi looking up there. And
Wanna
she's
stop the
got
clock?
got another injury. Besides the fact checking if she's offside, she can also, that ball's trajectory is not going to change at that point. She's seen it. She knows where it's going to end up. She knows where she needs to be. So by continuing her running towards that spot where she's going to meet the ball, but looking, she can now see before she gets to the ball, okay, what's the picture look like in the box? Who am I going to pick out? It's stuff that, like, the most intelligent of players are using at the top level. I've seen videos recently of Kevin De Bruyne highlighting how he's consistently surveying the field, and while the ball's in the air or the pass has been played and that trajectory is not going to change, you can start to look and see the picture around you.
Yeah, I think Ozimi's just such an intelligent player.
Yeah.
She's got a real good soccer IQ. She reads the game really, really well. Which she won national championship with a club side. Throw in. Tough decision for the AR. It goes to Trinity. Ozimi actually has a cool research project. She's a research assistant looking into mathematics learning in early childhood education.
Release, Galen, release now.
Real cool project. Trying to get math learning in early and in a way that's enjoyable, because I think a lot of people have bad experiences with math. It puts them off. I feel like that was the case for me. I think a lot of people just believe they don't have the brain for math, right? And that just puts people off.
No, there's a lot of new trends in education. You're going to get me started. I'm an education major as well. But there's a lot of trends in education recently that people have used to help in the humanities courses and all sorts of things. But, there are other ways you can use this stuff. It's just good stuff that we have learned about the human brain in terms of development and how to get the most out of students. And you can use that in math, but, you can use it in sports as well. And that's what my capstone project for my major is going to be about, creating an education-based program around training and practice for a soccer team and how you can combine the two. So there's a lot of new things that are coming out in terms of education. So that's a really cool thing for her to be studying.
Yeah, which is fascinating. Her major's psychology.
Really?
So she'll be coming at it from
That's
that
very
sort of angle.
science-based way to think about it. It's very cool.
Player goes down, play continues.
Good cross.
Crossed in, keeper comes though. Sacrifices her own defender in the process. Apologizes to her teammate. Call from the bench is to release. There's only 23 seconds to go, so really, Ozarks have a good chance here to just really throw everybody forward. Play caution to the wind. Like, there's not really going to be enough time for Trinity to come back, but they just didn't. The instruction from the bench was definitely to get people forward and get people forward quickly, but the players just couldn't execute it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Over the top. And that's it. Tough time here. So halftime, Trinity 2, Ozarks 0. As things stand, the Tigers will clinch the regular season title. So Concordia are 1-0 up on Southwestern. That would put them in second. and McMurray and Texas Lutheran are tied. So it would clinch for Concordia if that stays the same. Southwestern's already clinched. Concordia would go second, Southwestern would go third. It would leave Texas Lutheran and McMurray still fighting for that final spot. There would be a point difference. There's your halftime stats. 16 shots, 6 on target, 4 saves from the Ozarks keeper, 5 fouls to 4. Yeah, it's been pretty even in that stat. 4 offsides reflects how much the ball's been on that side of the pitch. That corner stat's a little outdated. We've got 10 now. We'll have a look at the goals, or the celebration of one of them, because it happened 43 seconds in. Was the opener. There it is, 43 seconds into the game. Abby Schneider put it away. And then this strike, beautifully placed from Abby. It's the placement for me. Just really great work.
Haven't had too many shots on target since then, though, and I think you can credit that to the switch that
to
Ozarks made to 5 in the back.
Which is something you spotted. So we'll be back here in 13 minutes for that second half, which will perhaps be a regular season clinching win. So we'll be back here in about 13 minutes for the second half. We are back here, second half about to get underway. Tigers 2, Eagles 0 here. Just having a look at the other games today, see what's happening. Texas Lutheran have taken the lead on McMurray, which would essentially wrap things up. So it would be Trinity, Southwestern already clinched coming in today. Concordia would clinch, Texas Lutheran would clinch. McMurray would be the team that misses out, and that'd be it. There'd be nothing left on the final day. It'd just be for seeding, which would actually almost be stitched up as is. So as things stand, Trinity clinched the regular season title. Texas Lutheran, with a win, would move up to third. Concordia would move to second. Southwestern, who started the day in second, as things stand, would find themselves fourth at the end of the day. What an incredible night it has been across the SCAC as we are underway for the second half. I'm double checking myself, but yeah, Texas Lutheran get 3 points. That would put them on 21. They have the tiebreak. Oh, actually, they don't have the... Yep, they still have the tiebreak on Southwestern because Southwestern conceded a goal. And then Concordia leads. Southwestern would go fourth and would become Trinity's opponent in the first round, as things stand in the semi-final. Well, they did have a good win against Southwestern not that long ago. Call was no shot. Shot came anyway. It's gathered by the keeper. They've already gone longer in the second half without conceding, which I think reflects that they've played stronger defensively since those 2 goals. Good run there from Campbell.
Oh, great ball.
Offside, though, is Michaela Bosco.
And that's unfortunate. She's got so much speed, you would think she doesn't
Yeah, she
have
has
to get
no
offside.
need to be offside.
Carly, come up! Come up, yeah, come up! Let's tuck in.
Yeah, good to see that injured player is back on. So that thankfully, presumably means it wasn't anything serious for Schmidt. Throw in for the Eagles.
She's still limping a little bit. She can run fine, but when she's walking, she's just a little tender on it. Something to keep an eye on.
Well, she's a great player. She's leading the team in scoring. 7 goals. She scored the consolation goal against Southwestern on Sunday. And she was second in goals last year, so she's a player they need to get back into this.
Oh, what a flick.
By Schneider for Bosco. She's in space. Looks like what she's doing. Under some pressure. Has a go. Sticks it under the keeper. 3-0 for the Tigers. What a run from Bosco.
What a
and
goal.
A beautiful ball from Schneider too. That flick. It was so long before that we're not going to fit it in the replay. It's a great run. I think she's nutmegged it.
Yep. It's a great finish. Really calm and collected from Bosco. She knows keepers often in that situation, they want to come out and get big, and that means spreading your legs to make yourself take up more space. She's smart. She's ready for it. She slots it right through the legs.
Hardest thing as a goalkeeper is to, shut your legs. Here we go. We're going to see this flick on. Beautiful great little flick from Schneider.
This is really good strength from Bosco here as well.
Yeah, it was a really good run, actually, defensively to get that close to her and just megs the keeper.
Yeah, and she does this really interesting thing that a lot of people have called the hazard step, which is she's running, she's in front of the defender, but slightly. She takes a step with her foot that's not on the ball across in front of the defender, so that the defender, if she wants to put a tackle in, she has to go through the back of her. Really forces the defender to have to leave off and let her have that shot there. It's a really good thing from Bosco there. Really impressive.
Yeah, and look, people say, well, why wouldn't you foul a penalty? There's a chance she doesn't score it. Yeah, but that shot from that angle is a lower percentage shot than a penalty. So the XG for a penalty is, I want to say it's 80.80. XG on that was probably 0.3.
0.3, you think? Maybe. Yeah.
That's. I mean, I'm just trying to guess. Like I'm not an XG. I don't have an XG machine here to plug it in.
I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, 0.3, maybe a 0.5 actually.
That's what I was thinking.
She was a little further out than I'm thinking. I think if she was closer in, it's 0.3. But yeah, that's called a 0.5. So a 50-50 chance of scoring is what XG is. XG is the percentage of chance of you scoring. So they give you 80% chance of scoring a penalty. Nothing can be 100. So I think the highest I've seen is 95.
I have seen 9-9s.
Oh, you've seen a 9-9? Was it
Yeah.
someone on the goal line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot from Schneider, look for the hat trick.
There are videos, so you can find it pretty easily.
I'm going to look up a
Just
0.99
well,
XG.
all you have to do is look up worst misses in terms of XG.
Worst XG
There are
misses.
some funny ones. There are some funny ones.
Those are the ones that yeah, I was when rare occasions when I was up front in indoor.
I think PSG had one recently enough that I remember when it happened. Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting had it. I think a PSG player shot it, and the ball was going in,
And he got it.
and he tried to like touch it at the last minute and actually stopped it on the line.
That's incredible.
I think that was a 0.98 too.
That's incredible.
So
That's amazing. You don't always see him at that level. Like it's
Nope.
usually like non-league or that one stadium that the train goes through.
now, but all the ones in these videos I'm talking about, always
Top flight.
top flight.
Oh my gosh.
It's very, very funny to watch.
I think we had a miss actually in we've had the first 2 rounds of the men's A-League. And I think we had one in the first 2 rounds. Because as we all know, men's A-League, best league in the world.
Top flight.
It is a top flight.
Where does it rank in the top, in terms of the top leagues? I know MLS is pushing top 10.
No, obviously the A-League is number 1. Obviously. I don't know why anyone wastes time watching this Premier League nonsense.
Premier League,
Look at
La Liga, Bundesliga,
Absolute joke.
Serie A,
Listen, we all know the real league is A Liga.
La Liga.
It's in the name. It's the A League. I mean, everything else not A. Bundesliga, B League.
I think in terms of viewership in global leagues, number 1 is the Bundesliga,
Interesting.
or like ticket sales or something.
Ticket sales would
it's
probably be
ticket
the
sales.
Bundesliga.
I think it's number 1 is the Bundesliga, number 2 is the Prem, and number 3 is Bundesliga B.
Yeah. It's because they all play in stadiums that were built for the 2006 World Cup.
Yep.
So they all play in massive stadiums, and their ticket prices are really cheap. So.
Yep. And people go.
Oh,
Those environments are amazing.
I've been to a
watch.
game in Germany. So free kick for the Ozarks. Yeah, I was flying through Frankfurt on my way to Tallinn, Estonia, and town right next to Frankfurt is Mainz, which has a nice museum, and that's why I was going to Mainz. I just happened to be walking around, and I see all these flags, and I completely forgot. It was a World Cup qualifier day, and the game was in Mainz. So I popped in to see Germany, hilariously, playing Estonia, which is where I was going that night. So I had a long layover.
A very long layover, it sounds like.
It was a 12-hour layover. Free kick for the Ozarks that Scott was pretty shocked about.
Yeah, I thought, if anything, it would have gone the other way. Felt Bree Werner was being held there.
Yeah, I think so. It was a fun layover. I was hanging out with the Estonian fans.
I might go to Germany in May. I applied to be in a class as a
that'd be
semester
fun.
class that you're at Trinity for the semester, but then at the end of the semester you go 2 weeks in Berlin.
Berlin. I haven't been to Berlin, just Frankfurt and Mainz.
I have not.
Worst
left
travel
the
experience I
country.
ever had was in Frankfurt, but that's a don't leave your passport on the plane.
I've left my
positive.
wallet on the plane.
Yeah, that's not as bad
No, it's not fun either, though.
because at least like your ID is a little easier to replace. But passport, when you have a layover, do not leave your passport on the plane. Whew, stressful day.
Tough.
So free kick here for the Ozarks. Opportunity, perhaps. They've pushed players forward, which I like. I like
Yeah.
that they're not just like, well, we'll send it in and we'll just see what happens. They've pushed players forward. They're not stressed.
Yeah, you can keep a 5-back and still put players forward for a free kick.
Yeah, although they wouldn't have a 5-back, they'd have a 3 at most.
Ooh.
Oh, there was a free header. It was a golden opportunity for the Eagles. It's gone wide, but that...
Wow.
That maybe should have been a goal, a completely free header for the Ozarks.
You know-
That should have been a goal back.
The way she's shaping for that header, it makes me think that she wants to head it back across for a teammate to fire home, but the back post was open.
And she had the opportunity to put so much
Yes.
power behind
Yep.
it.
She did.
She
She
had
did put a lot of power
So
behind it.
much time. Oh, golden opportunity for the Ozarks. Free header. Dylan Harrison's probably ripping his hair out. With that one. Free kick.
Too many free kicks being given away right now by Trinity.
Yeah, Dylan Harrison just let out a scream of despair.
It's been a frustrating start to the second half for the Tigers, which is interesting to say. They've got a
Well,
goal.
they did get a goal, so not that frustrating, I guess. I don't think I updated Busco's third goal in the season. 36 on the career.
36-33 is where we're at.
36-33.
Well, she could be in again here.
Could be 37-33. She's got support, though. Does
cross.
she square it? She does. Shot
Great
comes.
finish.
Beautiful placement. That is as perfect a piece of placement as you can get. Bree Werner. Beautiful finish.
No, it's funny. I think if you listen to that back, I say great finish before, like there.
Yeah.
Great finish right
You
there.
said great finish before it even hit the back of the net.
We had the trajectory from here. Our angle is great. So well placed.
No, it's a
So well placed.
perfect placement. That means Bosco closes that goals assists gap that we were just talking about. 36-34.
36, yeah.
So,
Wouldn't it be special if she could somehow get to 40-40?
40-40. That's actually a stat that is tracked by NCAA, is players that are in the, like, that's basically the 40-40 club. Look, there's a game on Sunday
Yep.
that they're favored to win. There's the playoffs.
There's the rest of this game.
There's the rest of this game. It's doable.
It's four goals.
4
which
goals, 4
would
assists.
be more than doubling what she's got on the season.
Okay, listen.
I'm not trying to stack the odds against her. I'm just saying it how it is. 4 goals,
Look, I'm just saying it's doable.
6
I'm not saying it's
assists.
likely.
6 assists. I
Well-
can see her getting.
Well,
She'll score. Nope.
it could have gone down to only double what
I
she
know.
scored all season.
Less than double. She'd have 4 goals and only need 3. Good save.
Yeah, keeper did well there at full stretch.
Oh.
They're not getting the message. They got to get it to Bosco so she can get the 40-40. So yeah, if she gets to, so she would need. That said, so you've got at least 3 more games because we know, well, at least 2 more games after this because you know they're in
Yep.
the playoffs. They haven't lost to anybody in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you don't want to count your chickens before they're hatched, but
Likely.
just
likely
needs
3 more.
just needs to go on an assist,
And then a
again.
playoff. So
and then an NCAA game.
You would guess 4 more games.
If she could get a goal and an assist, yeah, blatant foul there.
And also, it'll depend on how long they keep playing for. You know, four
That's true.
more games are likely, but 5, 6?
5, 6, 7, 8. What is it? They could be up to
What does it start with? Round of 64?
64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. So there's 6 NCAA games. So it could be up to 9 games left in
Could
the
be.
season if they go all the way. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen.
Don't
want
count
anyone
it out.
Don't want anyone thinking, oh, the Tiger Network guys are cocky. No, I mean, a lot of things have to go right for those things to happen.
Just don't count them out.
Don't count them out. I don't think any
Nobody's
team
counting
that's-
them out. No.
that's had as good a season as Trinity has had. 1 loss, and it was against a top 5 side
Yeah. On the road.
on the road.
We're talking about a Trinity team, which could very likely be hosting as well.
Yeah, could be. I suspect. So Trinity's ranked 23rd in the NPI. You need 16 hosts in the first round. So I think realistically 23rd might be a little too far down. But
Depends on
what happens
who of
this
that
week,
first
what happens
16,
next
yeah.
week could change a lot of things. Good ball out to Bosco. Cuts inside. Opens up space for the shot.
She wants
Goes
it.
wide.
She wants the 40-40, and she knows the goals are harder to come by.
She does want the 40-40. Well, she is 5th in the country in individual assists per game at 0.87. That will obviously increase today. She's had 2 today.
2.
So that'll go up.
It'll
So
go
she
up.
might be in the top 3 there. She's 8th in individual assists coming into this game in D3. She's got 13. She's now on to 15. So
Wow.
that'll go up. Lauren Lewis is 4th on shutouts. If she doesn't concede, that'll go up. So she could be again in the top 3.
Really good combo there between Campbell and Bosco with the ball going towards him. Bosco just makes that run inside. It opens up the space for Campbell, puts a defender in a position where they know they have to mark one of them, but they can't mark both. She decides to go with Bosco, leaves the space for Campbell.
Richards just not getting down in time. We were talking in the men's game about this, well, maybe a little later than now, but about potential All-American bids. I think Lauren Lewis has got to be in the conversation. I mean, 4th in individual shutouts. Yeah, she's leading the team that has the 2nd highest shutout percentage in the division. I think that's a discussion you got to have. I think
Wow.
Bosco's having a heck of a year. Really good ball here.
I think anyone on that back line could get in
Could
with
be
the
in the
shout.
discussion. Yeah, I mean the back line that's 2nd in the division with shutout percentage, then yeah, that's someone you're going to talk.
Yeah, they've been special.
That's a back line you're going to talk about, right?
These are
And
making
so
it-
there we go. So Lauren Lewis will now move to 11 shutouts on the season. And so that could push her up in those rankings, speaking of potential All-American. We'll have a look at what happened here that led to the player going down. Oh, yeah, just a collision.
after the fact, yeah.
I think both players are just
Yep.
momentum's carrying both of them in. And so, yeah, I think Bosco's in that discussion. Lewis is in that discussion. Back line, you got to have a discussion
Yeah,
about.
I think as a freshman, Kylie Harris is in that discussion.
She's won Defensive Player of the Week multiple
Yeah.
times for SCAC. As a first-year player. I know on the men's side, Michael Meese is the only player from Trinity to be a first-year All-American. That might be true
Across the board.
across the board. I don't know. So, yeah, Kylie Harris, she's been a rock defensively as well. She started all 15 games as a first-year player. She's on a suspension watch right now. She's in that weird suspension situation. Where she's had 3 yellows, but the first one was before conference play. So she copped a yellow, she'd be suspended in conference play. She comes back, she cops a yellow in that game, and it's 5, which would be another suspension. So that's the challenge with how things happen. Yeah, Kylie Harris, she was a state finalist last year. Second team all-region in high school, academic all-state. Her sister also plays soccer. Kennedy plays at Mary Hardin Baylor. They played against each other earlier this year. She likes baking and doing puzzles. She's got more patience than I don't have the patience for either of those
No, me
activities.
neither.
Baking is too much of a science, and I'm not good at science. It's also too exact, and my cooking is more like vibes,
Me too.
which you can't do with baking.
Well, I would say I can't do it with cooking either. My
I'll
food does not taste that good.
I'll do a stir fry, which is like the ultimate vibe-based dish, and my wife will be like, "Man, that was great. You should do that again." And I'm like, "Cool."
could not if I tried.
Cool. And then I'll get out the same seasonings and flavor, but I don't remember what the ratios were, man. So that's how that goes.
That's how I feel. I used to make this lunch pretty much every day when I work in the summer. Get 30 minutes for lunch. You make the same lunch every day, super easy. And every day it would taste like so different. Some days it'd be like, this is the greatest thing I've ever eaten. Some days I'm like, I'm not going to be able to finish this. Should have wrote that stuff down.
Yeah, I feel like that's why like our grandparents' generation just wrote recipes down. They were like, this is some good stuff. I gotta write this down, and we just did not do that at all. We're like, why would I write anything down?
The problem is you don't know that it's a good recipe.
Favorable deflection. Yeah, until after you've
the
eaten
fact,
it.
so,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna write every combination of food that I ever
Well,
make.
I mean, that's what they do in like the test kitchens for like Food Network. They just try stuff and they write everything down. And they're like, well, that was a bust. We'll throw that out.
I'm just not that passionate about cooking.
I like eating. I'm
I was
passionate
gonna
about
say,
eating.
I'm passionate about eating.
We have I don't know if she's touched it. She didn't. So it is going to be a goal kick. Ozarks saying she touched it. I wasn't sure, but
I didn't know. Not a great angle here.
yeah, we're not in as good a spot as the assistant who's right on the line. We do have the first ever Texas Michelin Guide coming out.
The what?
Texas Michelin Guide coming out
Oh.
in a couple weeks. Ball goes wide. Opportunity to get forward here for the Tigers.
Great turn.
That's a Ralston turn.
Oh.
Ozimi just couldn't get the ball out.
I think she wanted to turn as well. Just couldn't pull it off there. It was a difficult situation. Bouncing ball, hard to deal with.
Texas Lutheran still in front. That would effectively wrap up the playoffs. Goes in, headed away. Chance on the shot here, just a little too much.
Wow.
Big
Good work from
contest
Nina.
here.
Nina Polak working her way up and down the field, doing a lot of hard work there after she was the one who had the near shot. Thought that could have gone out for a corner. Thought it could have been called a handball in the box. It would have been harsh, but
Yeah, I don't think you're going to call something that harsh at 4-0, honestly.
no.
Talk a lot about refereeing, part of your job. Just make the least controversial call sometimes. Penalty is always a controversial call. We actually saw that.
Not always.
Well, so we saw a pretty stonewall red card. San Antonio FC last weekend. Carter Manley playing in his final game. Just absolutely takes out. Last man, takes him out. San Antonio's crowd just is always going to be on the referee. It doesn't matter if it's the right call.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that the SAFC crowd, I've been to a number of SAFC games as an away fan, cheering for the Colorado Springs team, the Switchbacks, who don't do well in San Antonio.
Do real well in Colorado Springs, though.
Yes, very well at home, but not well here. I've never seen them win here. And my experience at SAFC games as an away fan has been horrendous. It's a very aggressive crowd who also gets on the ref a lot and doesn't really actually know the rules of the game that well, unfortunately.
I am deliberately avoiding saying that, but
I will say it. I'm not a SAFC fan.
I don't want any fights. I'm not saying that. But yeah, they do get on the referees very quickly. But yeah. Anyway, spoke to Alan after the game, and he said he thought it wasn't a red.
Interesting.
In not as many words. He didn't actually say that because he knew. I'm surprised they're playing on with the player on the ground.
And the goalkeeper was down for a second as well.
No shot! Just one!
Call from the bench is no shot. Williard sent that in. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Take advantage of the space that presented itself to you. Put away now. Maybe a chance for the Ozarks. She probably should play it back. Call from the bench was give her options. Yeah, she just wasn't getting the options she needed to get the ball away.
Yeah, well, that's one of the problems you can have when you sit too many players back behind the ball. She's in a position there where she doesn't want to turn and play the ball backwards. She's under all sorts of pressure. If she plays it back, whoever she plays it to is going to be under all sorts of pressure. She wants to play the ball forward. There's one player forward in front of her, and she's central. And there's no way she could get that ball there. Sometimes, having players back, it's great, but it means that you're going to have to do a lot of hard work defensively. Your players are going to get tired. You're not going to be able to get out of your own half and take a second to have a break. Ozarks have been working off the ball for pretty much the entirety of this game now.
So a throw in for the Tigers. Coming in, just checking those other games because that McMurray Texas Lutheran game's going close to final. 2-1 still Texas Lutheran, which would mean we would know our 4 teams. It's just about the order of the 4 teams. But Trinity, with a win here, will definitely take the number 1 seed. They will be the regular season champions, unless something really crazy happens in the next 25 minutes. Campbell in for Ozimi. Blocked well defensively by the Eagles. That's out for a throw. Still 1-0 in the other game as well for Concordia. So Concordia 1-0 up on Southwestern. Hannah Khan coming in.
Also for the Tigers, 25, Stella Havens.
So Sailor Havens is coming in. We've got Sierra Flynn coming in for Ozarks. Won the state championship in high school. Not a Benville. Player comes off with a knock. Needs some support. Ozimi looking for Campbell. It's a throw. And so now they can make those changes.
Spin for Trinity. Number 25, Stella Havens. 14, Ariana Balgobin.
Havens comes in. Balgobin comes in. Kayla Bovens comes in.
Number 10, Sierra Flynn.
Kind of excited to see Ozimi and Balgobin playing together, actually. I think they're going to be a nice combo. Ozimi's a senior, so we're not going to get to see much of it.
Wow.
Cut back from Balgobin.
Good work off the ball from Khan there.
Yeah.
She was all the way on the backside. She runs all the way across the byline to the near side. Almost gets a flick off to Ozimi there.
Goes for the nutmeg. Doesn't quite come off. Balgobin. Goes back for Askew in some space. Gets the ball past one. Can't get past the second. It's going to run out. It's going to be a throw for the Tigers. Trinity throw here in the final third. Oh, it's cleared right off the line. That could have gone anywhere. Played forward for Bovens. Bovens to Balgobin.
Great defending.
Yeah, good work defensively. That was that player that just came on, actually.
Yeah.
Carly Garcia.
Great use of the body.
Was.
Steps in front. Shields out of play. It's textbook defending.
She also played basketball, and I'm wondering if that kind of boxing out is from that basketball experience.
That makes sense.
She's in her first year here with the Ozarks. Carly Garcia. Foul against Trinity. So maybe a chance to get the ball forward for the Ozarks. Started this second half really, really well.
Yep.
Have a look at the foul. Yeah, just clattered into her.
Yeah, from behind. I think it's Campbell who makes a block there, or Hannah Khan makes a block there, which is fair. But I think Ozimi comes in from behind also to try and make a challenge, clatters into the player, forces her more so into Khan as well. It kind of sandwiches her. Not something you want to see.
Balgobin making a run, continues her run down the wing. I think Harrison has found Balgobin's spot on the park. She was playing the earlier part of this season
centrally
as a number 9. He's put her on the wing the last few games, and I think it's really worked out. I think she thrives on that space, just from what I've seen of her this season. Call was no shot. Shot came away from Khan, but it was blocked by 2. Now, maybe a chance on the counter. Oh, it was a well-timed ball. Maybe just a little too much heat on it, but that was a good ball. I think it was well-timed, too, because it caught the defense in 2 minds for Trinity. Tigers back on at Bovens. Bovens squares it. Now out for Balgobin. She's going to get there. No, beats it to the byline. Close.
For Ozarks, number 4, Amara Hernandez.
Balgobin from Lakeville, Minnesota. Her grandfather played soccer and cricket for Trinidad and Tobago. Doesn't make him an international cricket player though, because cricket in the Caribbean is a bit weird.
Great footwork.
Yeah, good work from Ozimi. I'm sure she'd like to score on seniors night. Seniors night feels like a different experience. I think she's a good 40 years away from that one.
I think 40 is generous. It would be a little bit more than that.
Yeah, she'd be in, I guess, maybe 45. I feel like when you're in your mid-60s.
I would have said 70 is the
maybe
seniors mark. But my grandfather is getting up there in age, so that's maybe my own bias of my grandparents.
See, I'm going. My parents are in their late 60s. So.
My dad's almost 60. Almost. I think he's 57 now.
See, my parents had their kids, had me at least, me and my sister, the most important of their kids. 2 most important kids. When they were 30, so it's real easy maths for me. I just got to add a 3 to the first number in my age. And bam.
My mom was 30 when I was born.
Technically, my mum was 29 because her birthday's a week after mine.
Well, my mom was actually, I believe, also 29, but turned 30 the same year.
Yeah. It's easy maths. I wasn't born with a year with a 0 in it, though, so it makes it harder to remember how old I am. Good chance here for Trinity. It's going to fall favourably. Squared by Bovens. Back with Bovens. Squares it in again.
Ooh,
has a go. Keeper saves with the foot. Balgobin gets stuck in.
That's unreal. Foot save like that.
Phenomenal goalkeeping.
Great goalkeeping.
And it ends up with a goal kick, too. Saved it, and then it fell for Balgobin. Squared well. Great defense as well.
I'm not sure how Balgobin gets that ball out, to ask you. That's really well done. Under a lot of pressure.
Claire Wheeler with that last-ditch challenge. Not the Matildas player, Claire Wheeler. Different Claire Wheeler. Just to clarify.
Last win, number 17, Gabby Stringer.
Matildas had a historic win this week. 2-1 over Germany, in Germany.
Wow.
First time in 19 years that Australia had beaten Germany. And it was Pop's last ever game for Germany, so Really ruined that for one of the greats of women's soccer. So looks like some issues with some spectators. Actually.
Yeah, there was a comment.
Unfortunately, there was a comment
made
earlier that I heard. But the referee, that's why the referee was running over to have a chat, unfortunately. So
I think some people are going to be asked to
some
head
people are
out.
going to be asked, told that let's unite done, lads. Go elsewhere. Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yeah, it was a really good work from Claire Wheeler. Claire Wheeler just loves places called Ozark. She's from Ozark, Missouri. She went to high school at Ozark, and now she's at the University of the Ozarks. So, Claire Wheeler, just really into places called Ozark. Kaylin Lashley comes in. This is her first collegiate game. She made her debut in the first half. Comes back on. She's going to replace Dakota McKee, first-year midfielder at a Flower Mound. State champion in high school this year. With Marcus. Cleared away. Thought a little bit of a hint of a push in the back there from Trinity. Only counts if the referee sees it. Of course, got an election on Tuesday, so don't forget to get out and vote. Shot comes.
Oh,
great save. What a save.
What an effort. What a save.
Phenomenal strike. It's great football all round. Melanie Glossop, though, that is a heck of a save. Time to dive to perfection. And best of all, got it out.
Yep.
Which is what you've got to do in that situation as a goalkeeper because you're completely stranded. She was all conference last year, showing why. Great save from Melanie Glossop.
Yeah, it's close to her, which makes
She's had to work today, too.
Yeah, she has. It's close to her, which might make you think it's an easy save, but that shot had so much power on it, coming through a crowd of people.
It looks easier in slow-mo than it was in real time in the speed. Melanie Glossop came into this game having made 85 saves this season. She will almost... Well, I don't know. They're playing Shriner on Sunday. She will be... Right now, she's at 96 saves on the season. It's astounding. 233 saves coming into this game. So 244. So she could hit 250 career saves and 100 career saves this season. Just astounding. She's been made to work, but she's done a lot of good work. That was a phenomenal save from Melanie Glossop, senior goalkeeper out of Allen, transferred in from Rich Mountain. University of Arkansas, Rich Mountain. There's a few players, actually, that have transferred in from Rich Mountain. On both sides, the men's side as well. To the point where I had to double-check that UA Rich Mountain hadn't shut down. They hadn't.
Ooh.
Pulls favourably. That's going to be another save.
Well caught.
It does well not just to parry it, but to hold it.
She's finishing strong. She had that foot save, this catch, the dive just a moment ago.
Trinity have had 32 shots in the game, 14 on target. I'm just doing the math on her saves. I'm not strictly on it, but yeah. 96 saves in the season for her now.
4 away from a century of saves.
They've given her 10, but that's not before the one she just made. I don't think that's updated on there yet, so... There's a non-zero chance she'll get it, although 12 minutes. But Shriner will probably have some shots that she'll have to save. It's blocked. It's going to be a corner for the Tigers. At the tent end. It's a very fancy tent.
It is. It's a very nice tent.
Often we wouldn't put the tent out, but we were worried about rain tonight, so we put the tent out.
Cleaning up in there. I see some
Clock stopped.
Chairs and tables being taken away.
Oh, goalkeeper's getting a shoelaces done. So the goalkeeper can't. It's very difficult to tie your shoes wearing goalkeeper gloves. So swung in near post. Oh, it's gotten through everybody. Hoofed clear. Khan puts a body on the line, gets the ball again. Trying to open up some space for a shot, perhaps. There it is. Oh, it's beaten the keeper. Good finish across the face of goal.
Just out of her
Hannah
reach.
Khan just couldn't get there. And so Hannah Khan, unassisted, that one will be.
It's unexpected as well. Catches the keeper a little bit off guard. I think if she dives for that just a second earlier, she might get a fingertip on it. But it's really well placed from a tight, difficult angle from Hannah Khan. It's a great goal. It's a real forwards goal.
Yeah, fourth goal of her career. Fourth goal of her season, I should say. 24th of her career for the SCAC First Year Player of the Year in 2022. Still got a year. She scored and assisted on her debut, actually. The first game for the Tigers. That's how you make a statement when you join. Playing a 58th game, so big chance she'll cross that 70 mark, which is a pretty big number for college soccer.
That was a brilliant flick.
Yeah, that was a...
Samba soccer right now.
Yeah. Little Rabona. Subs for the Tigers coming in.
For the Tigers, number 10, Henry Hoover.
I think I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
Is it Rabona something different in Australia? You've said it a few times, and
I could be saying the wrong thing. I am saying the wrong thing.
because I always thought it's like when you cross over your legs to like kick the ball like that.
I've always used it as like a rainbow over the player.
Like when you flick it,
Yeah,
the ball's in the
yeah.
air, you flick it up and over.
But you flick it specifically over your opponent.
Huh.
But look, I could be using it wrong. Not impossible.
It could be an Australian thing.
We're weird. We call our team the Socceroos, but we call the sport football.
That is weird. That's really weird.
It's archaic is what it is. The Socceroos sounds better than football-roos, so that's part of it.
And just call them the Roos,
No, we ain't doing that.
the Kangaroos.
Well, we've already got a Kangaroos. It's the rugby league too. Can't have two teams called the Kangaroos. That'd be ridiculous.
There's a few different teams called the Cardinals
Yeah, it's
in
absurd.
the U.S.
Absurd.
It's different sports.
No,
They don't play each other.
not allowed. I mean, there are two.
You're gonna run out of animals
There are
really
four.
quickly.
There are 4 tigers in SCAC. I feel like
That's too much. That's too much. I'll agree with you.
You know,
But if you put the standard to no team across all professional
repeats.
sports
No
can
repeats.
repeat,
no
you're
repeats.
gonna run out of animals really quickly.
There's a lot of
It's
animals.
gonna be niche.
Look, listen.
Tonight we've got the hammerhead sharks versus the box jellyfish.
Yeah, well, the surfing team. That is a yellow card. I'm not sure what it was for, but I'm just trying to see who that was.
I think it was.
Plaisance, maybe? Who just came on? No yellow card trouble.
It's Havens.
Havens.
25.
No yellow card trouble. That's her first of the season.
Let's see. She grabs the shirt after. I think there could be a yellow for retaliation.
Retaliation, though. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Which is originally what I thought it was going to be.
Well, I think hers is a retaliation as well, though. The shirt pull starts out because it comes after the ball's gone, which is interesting. But anyway.
Yeah.
Free kick again. Just too late.
Stop looking for something that's not there.
So a free kick for the Eagles in a good position. It just came in late. So free kick here. 11 minutes to play. Maybe a chance for the Ozarks to get on the board.
I think Coach Harrison is under the impression that the referee's making some makeup calls. after first half where the
No such
Ozarks
thing as a
were
makeup
upset.
call. There's a wrong call, and then a makeup call is 2 wrong calls.
Yep.
So that was a correct call. Absolutely no question.
I agree. That was the correct call.
So
That's
Texas-
the case Coach Harrison's making.
Yeah, that's definitely the argument Harrison's making. Ball comes in. Keeper comes, though, and claims. Texas Lutheran have defeated McMurray, so that means the playoffs are stitched up. It will be Trinity, Southwestern Concordia, and Texas Lutheran. It's just about what order. Result today means Trinity will be regular season champions, unless something completely unusual happens in the next 10 minutes. And so that will mean that they will go through as the number 1 seed.
For the Eagles.
And Concordia have now put 2 on Southwestern. So that
Wow.
means that Concordia will move up to 2nd. Texas Lutheran will move up to 3rd. Southwestern will move all the way down to 4th. So as things stand, it'll be Trinity versus Southwestern, Concordia versus Texas Lutheran.
Interesting. Southwestern came
In
into
the-
today at second.
At 2nd.
Wow.
So, but Southwestern came into this game having to play this weekend 2 of the top 4 teams in the conference. So, which I guess you could say for the other 2 as well, but
Great ball for Balgobin.
Balgobin making a big run here. She's got a lot of options. Goes herself, though. Another save.
I don't
there.
hate it. I don't hate
No, I
the idea.
don't hate it at all. Melanie Glossop makes another save. 97 on the season. I'm going to keep an eye on her game on Sunday, even though it's completely irrelevant to the season standing. I really want to see if she gets to that 100. Still time, though. She
still
could hit
might.
it tonight.
She still might. 97. 3 more saves.
3 more saves, and she'll have the 100 for the season. Good keeper. That's the kind of, if you play a fantasy Premier League, you want a
Yes.
team that has bad defense but a good goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm. Gives away a lot of chances. Makes
But
a
the
lot of
goalkeeper makes a
saves.
lot of saves. That's who you want in your fantasy team.
Yep.
Pro tip. Also,
But
penalty.
you also shutouts matter a lot too.
Shutouts do matter a lot. And also, defensive players that take penalties. Pro
Yeah.
tip. Player to put in your fantasy team. Also,
Yeah.
A-League fantasy, Kevin Muscat every season
I don't think there's any good defenders in the Prem
that take penalties.
that take penalties.
It's always a safe bet. If you've got a defender that takes penalties, that's who you need to put in your lineup. That's who you need in fantasy, whatever it is. Fantasy A-League, Kevin Muscat was like my starting defender every season, every game, because he takes penalties.
Gabby, slide out. Jaden, get sucked in.
And Melbourne Victory were pretty good.
Good, Gigi.
I'm a little mad at Kevin Muscat last week because he coached Shanghai to beat the Central Coast Mariners in the Champions League. Just completely disloyal to football in Australia. Apparently, Kevin Muscat was asked to be the Socceroos coach, and he said, no, thank you. Which I cannot blame him. It's just ask Ange Postecoglou. There's a reason Ange Postecoglou was at Tottenham.
Was he asked to take the job as well, or did he have it?
He's had it previously. It was basically he was like, "This is toxic. I'm out."
Really?
Yeah,
Australia's.
it's the media environment. If
Interesting. I wouldn't think that. Like England has a terrible culture around.
it's
their
so
coaches.
fascinating though because all the fans like hated Graham Arnold. Stuck around for years. Ange Postecoglou just was really pilloried by the media, and then he just got to a point where he's like, "Nah, I'm done." Got the job in.
Whoa.
Shot comes. Chance again. Keeper
Handball.
got there and spilled it. It's,
We've missed a deliberate handball.
they're gonna go here. Although no, I think the AR's got a flag up. Keeper's down, so she stopped after, but she's having a chat.
I don't really know
with
what's
the
gonna
assistant.
happen here. So that's a foul on the keeper.
Yeah, ball went in.
They've given the
No goal. No. What she's saying is no goal. She's saying, okay. So basically, this is one of the challenges of refereeing in soccer: is the signal for goal and the signal for a free kick to the other team
Yeah, very similar.
is the same signal.
Yeah.
And so she's blown her whistle and she's pointed to the goal to Trinity's goal that they're defending. And so Trinity think they've scored. That is not what has happened. because of a foul on the goalkeeper.
I'm not sure. It's a foul, per se.
No,
That's
it's
what
not
I
a-
thought was a
it's
handball.
not
It's
a
not a
handball.
handball. I'm not sure it's a foul.
But I think once the keeper's down
the keeper's
like that,
down
you've got
like
to
that.
stop the game.
Okay, stop. It's off.
Yeah, you can't let that goal stand.
Yeah, there's no way.
And so I think that's the right call.
And I think she's coming off. I think as a head precaution, maybe. Is that save number 98?
That is 98 saves in her season for Melanie Glossop. So only going to make 2 against Shriner, which I think she'll do on Sunday. So that'll bring her to 100. I'm pretty confident that she's going to hit 100 saves. And then just... So the keeper's out. There seems to be
Discussion.
a discussion about if they're even going to let them bring on the other keeper, which is wild.
I don't think that. Yeah, goalkeepers don't have to come off for
Goalkeepers do not
stoppage.
have to come off. That is true. Goalkeeper, if they've done the head knock assessment with the times, because the clock's always going to be stopped.
Yeah.
In a goalkeeper situation, keeper doesn't have to come off.
Yeah, which is what Coach Harrison's arguing.
Yeah, but I think Harrison is arguing that from the I want the keeper who's injured to stay on point of view, not a let's get on with it point of view.
I don't know. I feel like he's. I don't know. She seems
okay. She doesn't have to come off, it's true, but they are allowed to make the change at that point, which is what they're doing. So Marion Philippart comes in, first-year goalkeeper, 5'11", out of Belgium.
Wow.
But she moved to Little Rock while she was still young. So I don't think we've had anyone from Belgium this year. We've had Switzerland.
She's going to go back in.
Yeah, they're going to sub her back in when they get a chance. So then in that case, yeah, I mean, maybe they didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
If their intent was, I thought Harrison was just like, well, I'd rather have the keeper who's taken a head knock on.
Yeah, I don't think that was the...
And so the goalkeeper will come back on. It counts as an appearance for Marion Philippart, though, so... Five appearances for Marion Philippart in her first season, which is actually a pretty high number for a first-year goalkeeper. Five appearances. Didn't have to make a save, though, so... Only 7 for her. Between the two of them, they made 100 saves this year. But yeah, didn't have to come off at all, which is interesting. So basically, both coaches were arguing with the referee the exact same thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, if you're a referee and
That's the impression
you
I
have
got.
both coaches telling you the exact same thing, just go
do it.
with what
Just
both
do it.
coaches
They'll
tell
both
you.
be happy.
Like in that
I
scenario.
can see very few situations where you should not do that. And it would take some extent of match fixing, I think. Like a World Cup match day 3.
Yeah, well, thankfully with this new format, that's not going to be what plays out. But for a while, there were a lot of concerns that the expanded World Cup would lead to some funny games, which
Yeah, it
we've
would have been
seen.
even worse.
We've seen before in a World Cup.
I mean, it can happen when you have 4 teams in a group.
Well,
so
3 teams.
It definitely can happen with 3 teams, but it can still
It
happen
can still happen
4.
with 4,
2 teams agree to just tie.
but 3.
Whoa, another great save. That's 99.
I think it's 98. No, 99, you're right, because she had that save before she went
Right.
off.
If that gets counted as a save.
I'm counting it as a save, and
Yeah,
that's all that
what I would
matters.
think. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if we're the stat.
I'm the
stat
stats.
people.
I am the law. Speaking of
save.
speaking of saves, phenomenal save there. So 99. That's
100?
not going to count as 100. That won't count as 100.
And she might still be at 98 anyway, because I don't think you're the speaker of the stats.
Listen, as a member of the goalkeepers union, I'll get my union rep on it. I don't know who my union is. David Seaman, probably, like old retired goalkeepers. That's my department.
At this point, I'm cheering for Trinity shots to get this
To be
100.
saved.
It'd be,
To be
it'd
saved,
cool to
though.
watch. Yeah.
Through ball. No one said this will not count as a save. Don't get
101.
don't get those 100 streamers out. See that old woman who hit a perfect game in bowling last week?
No, I did not.
She hit a 300. She was like, I don't know, 60s. Older woman. Apologies to any listeners over 60. Old enough to get a senior discount at Denny's, which is a pretty low
Yeah,
bar.
I was gonna say. I think my dad's had a senior discount at Denny's for like
Yeah, it's 55.
2 or 3 years. Yeah.
I got given one at Jim's, which is a diner chain here in San Antonio. The waiter comes up and she goes, "Hey, just so you know, I've given you the senior discount. I know you're not old enough, but it's $3 cheaper." I'm like, all right.
Nice.
Those $3 extra went extra on the tip.
That's a save.
I don't know if they're going to count it. I don't know if they're going to count it. All right. Well, she's on 99. She's on at least 99. Look, whatever happens, I'm saying she hit 100 tonight.
98.
She could be on 96. We could have this all wrong.
She could. I believe she's on 103.
She's on 98.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If the shot stats that I'm looking at. So 39
Shots on
shots,
goal.
that's total, but shots on goal is 18. They've scored 5.
14 saves. That's what they. What
So 14 saves. So that's one more than I thought. So 99. That means they're counting a save that wasn't counted as a shot on goal. Oh, which could be right. Well, here it could be. We could have the 100 blocked. Defense is just ruining the century bid here. 12 fouls to 5. Yeah, Trinity have been giving away a lot of fouls. I think that's something
especially
Dylan
in the
Harrison will
second
be
half. Yeah.
concerned with going forward. Because look, if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. So you've always got to look for improvements.
What a
Opportunity. That's a
flick
beautiful
ball.
flick forward. Balgobin's in the middle. Cuts it back. Goes to ground. All ball, says the referee.
Yep.
Right decision. Sent through. I think it's going to stay as 99.
Yeah. Minute and a half.
There's still
To get a
time.
shot.
There's still time for one more.
One shot.
One more shot that she saves. I thought she was going to have it on Khan because I thought she went,
Oh.
oh, it's a missed opportunity here. Cleared away. Good goalkeeping. Comes out, queers it. I don't know if the referee would have called that a back pass because
Yeah,
it obviously wasn't
don't
the
think
intent, but I understand
Sometimes
as
you
a
just wanna be safe.
goalkeeper, you're just not going to pick it up.
Yep.
One minute.
So we're in the final minute. Tigers are going to go forward if this 100's going to happen. All right, they're going forward. Here we go. Nudged off the ball, but stays with it. Kept the ball with her. She was nudged
Still
into
alive.
the ball. Cross comes in. They've let it bounce in the box.
40 seconds. Put the cross in.
Chance to cut it back. Have a go. It's blocked. That could be it. That could be 100. Are they going to raise the shot on goal stat? They're not. They're not going to. They're not going to call it a shot on goal, so it's not going to count as a save.
Heartbroken.
Oh, 99. Oh,
Shoot
it's
it.
just
Shoot it.
We want this 100. I think she's definitely going to get the 100. It's just going to not be
It's
tonight.
not going to be tonight.
Balgobin. Or is it? No.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
Oh, that's a shot!
4, 3.
She saves it! That counts as 100 saves!
100 saves.
That's 100 saves. Raise the banner.
Yay.
Melanie Glossop. They counted it. It's on the board. It's 100 saves for Melanie Glossop. In the season, Melanie Glossop finishes with 100 saves. This one hasn't been updated for that one that just happened. 100 saves on the season for Melanie Glossop. It's a heck of a season. And so there we go, score 5-0. The stats reflect just an absolute domination. This has probably been the most dominant we've seen Trinity tonight. And then just to reflect where that leaves everything, the Trinity Tigers are regular season champions.
Got that number 1 seed locked up as well.
Return home on Sunday.
We're looking at the second half goals.
Season home game
Bosco.
taking on
Then she becomes the assist provider. Bosco going for 40-40. That was the goal you called before it hit the back of the net. Just a beautifully placed goal.
Tigers.
Cut across the face. Great save. One of her 100 saves on the season. This shot from distance, another phenomenal save. Then
Great
that
finish.
beautifully placed strike from Hannah Khan. Puts it away. 5-0 is where we ended up. We're going to be back here on Sunday for Centenary. But the Trinity Tigers are SCAC Women's Soccer regular season champions for 2024. They've got one more game in the regular season. They will play Centenary on Sunday. We will be here for that. I've been Chris Hockman. With me has been Scott Lebo. From all of us here at Tiger Network, thank you for joining us. Have a good Saturday, and we will see you back here Sunday afternoon.
Every morning, we rise, ready to meet our human potential, to take that next incremental step, to do the hard work that changes. Set in our preparedness and confidence in that moment when you know, I've got this. And then we rise. Each of us, all of us. We rise as passions coalesce in research, art, athletics, and beyond. We rise to the challenge of inquiry and discovery through undergraduate research and hands-on learning. We rise through the personal attention of a small college, fueled by large university resources. We rise to the need for listening across differences, teaching the art and the act of conversation. We rise to the sounds of a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich city, and we reflect it. At Trinity University, we recognize that you are here because you are ready to rise. And through a love of learning and a life of learning, we will challenge you to always reach beyond the horizon. Because your future awaits.